I've had this Duronic PM131 crepe maker model for over 5 years now. Every Saturday, it's in action, making pancakes, and it's still going strong. But is an electric crepe maker a good purchase for you? Whether you're looking at this model or a different crepe maker, I'll break down the pros and cons and help you to make a decision. Plus, I'll share a few unexpected ways that you can get extra use out of your crepe maker beyond crepes and pancakes. This isn't a sponsored review. I bought this crepe maker with my own money. Quick heads up, even though it's called a crepe maker, I mostly use it for pancakes and lentil dosas. I did learn how to make crepes on it, and the results are really good, but it takes more practice than using a pan. So this review is based on my use case, which is pancakes, dosas, and quick cooking on a large surface. This is 33 or 34 centimeters in diameter, and if you're cooking in batches, it's useful because you can do 6 or 7 pancakes in one go. If you're trying to cook without oil, then you'll also find this to be useful. You'll also find this to be a really good purchase if you're looking for a flat surface that's great for dosas, wraps, and flatbreads. If you love making pancakes or crepes and you do so regularly, then you will get much better results with something like this than you would do with a pan. It tends to heat more evenly than on the stove. You might not need one of these if you only make crepes, pancakes, or flatbreads very rarely. So unless you're going to use this, I'd say weekly, it's probably not worth purchasing. If you're only making crepes, pancakes, and flatbreads every couple of weeks, you may be fine with a frying pan. Also, if you're tight on storage, this is probably not a great idea. It does have this handy cord wrap on the bottom. However, it is still quite a bulky item. It doesn't really fit easily into a tight cupboard. It needs a large storage cupboard. This is probably also not the purchase for you if you're looking for something that's more multi-purpose. I have occasionally cooked things like vegan bacon on here, but I find that generally a frying pan does better at those types of tasks. So if you do decide to buy a crepe maker, these are the things you want to look out for. Firstly, size does matter. You want to have a diameter of about 30 to 35 centimeters. Obviously, the bigger the space, the more you can cook at once, but equally, it means it will take more space to store. Also, look for adjustable heat. So this one goes from number 1 all the way to number 8. I tend to just use it on number 8 and leave it there. Generally though, if you go for a lower heat, then you're going to get softer crepes, and if you go for a higher heat, they're going to be crispier. Make sure you get a good solid non-stick surface. I've had this for over 5 years and there have been no issues with the non-stick coating at all, and I've never used any oil on this. I would generally avoid models that require oil to prevent sticking. This one has been great with no oil whatsoever. I'd also look for something that's easy to clean. This one is a large, smooth, flat surface, and that makes it super quick and easy to give a quick wipe down. I would avoid models that have got things like grooves in them or just areas that your batter can be trapped, as that will make it more difficult to clean. Beyond pancakes and crepes, what else can you make? I like to use this for lentil flatbreads or dosas. They're thin and they're full of protein, and I'll link a simple recipe for that below in the description. I've also used this for making tortillas, but because tortillas are generally fairly small, I could only ever fit between 1 and 3 on here at once. So I generally just use a pan for that, but they are quite useful for wraps and tortillas. I find this not to be ideal for reheating things. So if you've got pittas or wraps that have already been made and you just need to reheat them, generally a toaster or a microwave does a better job for that. I've not used it for this, but many people do also make a tofu scrambled egg or a tofu omelette on here. I've used this for quesadillas as I find that it heats up the tortilla great, it gives it a little crispiness and also melts the cheese at the same time. Obviously you just need to flip over. I've used it for sweet potato burgers. You can also use this for hash browns, vegetable patties, those kinds of things if you're trying to avoid oil. So this is what I love about the Duronic PM131 model, this one here. It heats up and cools down quickly. Generally, I'm heating this up while the batter is being made. It's got a large surface, 33 centimeters diameter, so I can do 6 or 7 pancakes at once. The non-stick surface is excellent. It's never required any oil whatsoever, and it wipes clean immediately. What could be better is storage. It's a bit bulky and a bit tricky to store. It has got this cord wrap area at the bottom, which is kind of useful, but there's still quite a large plug and wire hanging outside of that. I also find this just to be a bit too big for reheating, so I only ever use it to cook things from scratch. This has lasted for more than 5 years with absolutely no issues. Hopefully I haven't just jinxed it by saying that. If you're really serious about making crepes, flatbreads, or pancakes, then an electric crepe maker like this one can save you time, and it can get you really good results and make the process a little bit easier. The Duronic PM131 has been really good for me. It stood the test of time. There is an affiliate link in the description below if you're interested in purchasing this model. It doesn't cost you any more, and I get a small kickback which helps the channel. Also, check out the description below for my lentil flatbread or the pancake recipe that I mentioned. See you in the next video.